Okay, so as you guys can tell by the title, in this video we're going to be talking about what could happen in chapter 168 of the One Punch Man manga. Now, of course, I'm going to be going over what happened in the last chapter in this video, just like a quick summary slash recap of what happened. But of course, before we get into the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new, because if you can't already tell, I post a plethora of One Punch Man content on this channel. I also post other series such as like Baki and Jujutsu Kaisen, so if you like that stuff, then this place is probably for you. But as well, if you don't want to, then you don't have to. But apart from that, let's just get into the video because there's quite a few things I want to talk about. Now, starting off with the quick summary of what happened in the last chapter. And in the last chapter, we saw that pretty much the Serious Punch squared collided, and basically Blast took them away from Earth so that they don't destroy the Earth, and sent them to just outside of it, like in space. And we see that as they punch inside of this barrier that Blast is trying to keep them in, it gets a bit too much for Blast to handle. So his Guardians of the Galaxy friends, like Boros 2.0, the Lion guy, and like I think it's like the Mage girl, they like help him to basically strengthen the barrier. But the punch basically is so powerful that it creates, I'm pretty sure, like a hole in space or something, or like it destroys stars or something. I'm pretty sure that's what happens, and they get sent to Io next to Jupiter. And this is actually pretty impressive because I've heard that Io is like uninhabitable for humans, which I guess is kind of obvious, but apparently like the pressure, the gravity is like way higher. So the fact that they're even able to move at speeds such as they did in the last chapter is pretty impressive. But pretty much that happens, and we see them like exchange blows, and the serious table flip is performed, the serious omnidirectional punch is performed, another serious punch is performed, a lot of crazy stuff happens. Saitama holds onto a portal, he kicks a portal, lots of crazy stuff, as I just said. But of course, now I'm trying to predict what could happen in the next chapter. Now let's just address something real quick, and that is Saitama supposedly bleeding. Now, if you ask for my opinion, I genuinely don't think this is Saitama like legitimately bleeding, because it's Saitama. He's One Punch Man. He doesn't take damage like this, and we've never seen him take damage like this before. In the form of blood, we've never seen Saitama take that type of damage, which of course does raise a lot of awareness around this. And I understand why a lot of people are talking about this, because I mean, Saitama bleeding is like revolutionary. So if you're gonna ask for my opinion, I genuinely don't think it's him bleeding. But of course, in the next chapter we will be revealed whether or not he is bleeding, or hopefully it does get revealed in the next chapter. If it doesn't, then I mean, I guess it will be kind of just brushed over. I guess I'm not too sure. Maybe we're just looking too deep into this. Maybe Murata didn't even realize he drew blood in the first place. Maybe we're just over analyzing this panel. So whether or not it gets addressed in the next chapter, I'm not too sure. It probably won't, but if you're just asking for my opinion, I don't know how credible you guys think I am, but I genuinely don't think this is Saitama bleeding. But moving on to what I think could happen, or I guess what I assume or I'm expecting to happen in the next chapter, or in the next couple of chapters. Now, obviously, we know that so far Saitama has not been able to defeat Garou, and he's been using quote-unquote serious moves. And I mean, yeah, these serious moves are pretty devastating. I mean, the serious table flip literally sent Garou in the air, and it made him lose his sense of direction, and it compares him to like an insect in a box, which is pretty impressive and just shows the difference in power. Like Cosmic Garou, this god level being, is like an insect compared to Saitama, which just once again shows how strong this guy is and how limitlessly strong he is. We don't even know the extent to this guy's power yet, and I'm pretty sure we're never going to see it, because his power is just unlimited. And now you guys are probably wondering, how is he going to beat Garou then? Well, if you're going to ask for my opinion, I mean, it's pretty obvious. He's going to have to use a punch more serious than the serious punch, like a super serious punch or something. I'm sure the name of this punch is going to be like something different, maybe like a death punch or something, or above serious series. I don't know what it's going to be called, but it's going to be something like that, because we saw with Boros as well that it took like a serious punch to defeat Boros. The normal punches couldn't get rid of Boros, and we saw that Boros could just regenerate from this and just keep going at Saitama. But we saw that once he used the serious punch, it did take him out. And we see that in this version as well, in this fight, which is leagues above the Boros fight, by the way. is gonna have to follow a similar formula. Like Garou is gonna be able to take these serious punches, and there's gonna be a punch above this that's gonna take him out eventually. Now, how many chapters will this take? I'm probably predicting like maybe another 2-3 chapters, so we might have to wait like nearly 2 months for this fight to be concluded, which I think is pretty good because this is the final fight, and the Monster Association arc has been like one of my best arcs like in manga period. Like it's been one of the best in my opinion. The length, everything, the action, all that good stuff, it's been one of the best. Now in regards to, you know, something other than the Garou versus Saitama fight, how are the heroes doing down on the earth? Well, I guess we could get like maybe a few panels addressing that. I'm guessing we might shift away from the Garou versus Saitama fight just for a moment. Like it's not going to be like for an extended period of time. It's going to be like maybe not even a full chapter, like maybe half a chapter. We get like an update of what's happening on Earth and everything. We get an update on like the Blast group. Maybe we might even see some, you know, some things to do with Blast's group. Like we could see the faces of these guys because it hasn't really been revealed fully how they look. So that would be pretty interesting to see, but I doubt that will happen because I mean I'm pretty sure the Blast group is going to have like an entire arc probably dedicated to them, maybe near the end of the series. And I guess we could also see like Fubuki versus Psychos. I mean I don't know like how that's going to work because I'm pretty sure everyone is like knocked out from Garou's radiation, and I guess now that Garou isn't on Earth anymore, I guess like they can recover and like wake up again, and maybe we could see like a Psychos return to the scene, and Fubuki and Psychos can have their little altercation, which by the way is pretty important for the like overarching, I guess, plot, you could say. Like this I guess altercation or encounter is pretty important. Well, depending on how you want to see it, I personally think it's pretty important. But if you were to ask me, next chapter we're probably going to continue with Saitama versus Garou. I don't think we're going to shift our attention just yet. I think maybe we might do that in the next chapter, so 169 if I'm pretty sure, chapter 169. Maybe is it 170? I'm not too sure, tell me in the comments, but I'm guessing like the chapter after this chapter we're gonna get like a bit of a status update on what's happening on Earth, and in the next chapter that's coming up, well, the recent one that we're expecting, we're gonna see the continuation of Garou versus Saitama once again. We might see even another serious move, who knows, we might see like the serious headbutt, which I'm pretty sure everyone is expecting. But apart from that, that's pretty much all I have to say for this video, to be honest. Tell me what you guys think could happen in the next chapter. There's many theories I've seen. I want to see more because I love seeing all of these different theories coming from you guys, because I genuinely sometimes think about these things, and some of your theories, I mean, they're pretty valid in my opinion. But apart from that, once again, that's all I have to say. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't, don't. But apart from that, I'll see you in my next video.